Thank you. My good friend and teacher, Maître Jacques Vergès, told me that there is two concepts of justice, of conducting trial. The first concept is the trial as an art. And the second concept, conducting trial as a war. I think that the ICC is definitely take a stand of conducting trial as an art, namely theater. Because we have quite a lot of interesting false indictments against real criminals to make them only to acquit them later. So to bring some judicial sanctification to their crimes. So I think this is already reality in ICTY, and because I know that most of the staff of ICC came to from ICTY came to ICC, I expect some more theater in ICC in this regard too. Concerning the question you asked about impunity, I agree with you. It's really important, talking about current situation, to remember that there are certain criminals and we need to think what to do with them. But I very much doubt that we will be right bringing the problem of impunity of individuals to the level of international justice. Because, by the way, another example, when we are mislead ourselves, we are calling the situation happened last June in Johannesburg, here, for the African Union meeting, as al-Bashir saga, or al-Bashir case. Everybody say this because it's convenient, but how wrong is it? Because it's not about man called al-Bashir. It's not a personal case. And I think in this conversion of the name, there is a big sense when people are trying to make us think that this is a case about person, individual. It is not. It is a case about President of Sudan. And the President of Sudan is a manifestation of state sovereignty. So we come again to the matter of destruction of international law, when people try to make us to believe that there is no immunity anymore of the head of states, meaning no state sovereignty. About immorality, the second question was not asked to me, so I skip it. The third question is about immorality of what we are witnessing in international criminal tribunals. It is indeed immoral things. For example, already during the trial of President Laurent Gbagbo in ICC, which started in January, the prosecution, right in the courtroom, confessed, yes, we have an evidence that French troops fired during the coup against Laurent Gbagbo. We have this evidence. Where is the prosecution? Where is the investigation? So sometimes they even demonstrate their immoral approach to this case and many other cases. How to bring USA to ICC? There is no legal ways to do this. Of course, we could arrest President of United States while he will be on some summit in South Africa, if your organization asks us to do this. But it will be very illegal. So because look what is going on with all these referral situations to Sudan. When we heard that situation in Sudan was referred to ICC by Security Council, it sounds for us perfectly legal. But if we try to look deeper in the situation, we realize that Security Council acted not according to the United Nations Charter. It acted against ICC statute, but Security Council is not member of ICC statute. This institution could not act, but it sounds legally until we just try to look deeper in the situation. So sometimes it's not for the judges to decide, but also for us. Finally, about your question, To tell you the truth, I forget the question, but I've written my answer. So I think you recognize to which question it is. When we are talking about international criminal tribunals, even when we know all the problems with this, we still believe that it is a court. But if you look into the evidence presented in this court, it's a disaster. And we have a big problem between the demonized person in mass media and the result of the trial when this demonized person brought to the trial. Let's take a sharp example of Charles Taylor. He was called by all media as a criminal. He brought to the court. And what was the testimony? Naomi Campbell, the star of I don't know what, she came and gave an evidence that while she was in South Africa, somebody knocked to her hotel in the night, gave her the diamond, and left. And she said, "I believe that it was from Charles Taylor." So the court based its judgment on such a situation. And then one of the judges said, "I don't know where this judgment came. I never be consulted with drafting this judgment." And the judge was just eliminated from the bench. And by the way, how interesting it was that this judge was not turned from the reserve one to the real one when the real judge was already elected to ICJ. So she must leave the bench, but she didn't. So many things. My case of Vojislav Šešelj, Professor Vojislav Šešelj, 30 witnesses right in the courtroom said, "We were threatened by the prosecution to give false evidence." Nothing done. 30 witnesses. So the judges just nothing. Okay, President of Yugoslavia, Slobodan Milošević, he called by mass media as a butcher of the Balkans. Everybody knows that he's a criminal. During the trial, right in open session, one of the witnesses confessed that he was tortured by the prosecution to give false evidence. If you want to verify my words, just go to read the transcript. It's there. But mass media do not report to such a thing. So we have a very big problem with still believing somewhere deep in our heart or somewhere else that these courts are real court. They are not. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry to tell you this, but my experience shows that this is just so disastrous experience that we not only must withdraw from ICC, but construing our African, sorry, I'm saying our African because I feel African.
I was going to call you to order because I'm African.
Last word. That if we come to the creation of African court, we should learn all these lessons from the ICC and not to rebuild them, just putting the African judges on the bench, but repeating the same problems and defects.
Thank you.
Yeah.